The first official trailer for Mortal Kombat 2 has arrived. This is everything you need to know. Let's get into it. They don't say anything about a release date. We have Jen from the comics, who's being played by Yenna Ortega. And we also have Havoc, who's being played by Danny Ramirez. The Elder Gods are basically the highest level of beings in the Mortal Kombat universe, and they oversee all of the realms. Liu Kang is being judged by them for his decision to break the balance between good and evil by killing Shang Tsung. But I think the movie is going to be showing us why Liu Kang had to kill Shang Tsung, thus explaining his actions. But the Elder Gods aren't having it. But it still moves the story forward and gives us a better idea of where the film is going. I highly suggest you check that out because I go over the history of each character and how they might appear in the movie. But overall, I am really happy with this trailer. It introduces new characters in a way that makes sense for the plot, and it also advances the story. There's a lot of exciting moments in this trailer, because in the previous movie, we saw Cole Young join the Mortal Kombat tournament, and then, at the end of the film, we saw him rip out Shang Tsung's heart. So we know that Shang Tsung is definitely not coming back. And we saw the souls of the fallen Earthrealm warriors being pulled into the portal. So we know that they're not coming back either. But we didn't really know where the story was going or what direction they were taking it in. But this trailer reveals a lot more about what's to come. So now it's up to the warriors of Earthrealm to defeat the forces of Outworld and secure another 1,000 years of peace for our realm. Now in the comics, Jen is actually Johnny Cage's daughter, but it doesn't look like they're going to be adapting that in the films. I'll leave that up above. But I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. I'm planning on doing a lot more coverage on the new Mortal Kombat movie, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, implying that Earthrealm has been attacked, and he needs to get back to fighting. So now he goes out to find Kung Lao and bring him back to Earthrealm to help fight the war. Then we see some brief glimpses of other characters such as Katana and Melina. We also get a glimpse of Johnny Cage. He seems to be stuck in Outworld still, and he appears to be held captive by Shang Tsung's army. Johnny has been tortured and he seems to have lost a fight against one of Shang Tsung's generals. But later on in the trailer, we see him break free from his chains. So I'm guessing that he's going to be joining the fight in the end. The way that they kind of set up Jen in this trailer, and I believe this is the human form that he took on Earth when he was recruiting fighters for the Mortal Kombat tournament. It would make sense that he's shown in this form because the movie is mainly following Cole Young and bringing in new characters. So it would make sense that they would have to introduce Raiden in a way that is more relatable to Cole, is that she is a fan of the fighters, and she goes to the tournament just to watch it. We only get a glimpse of him at the end of the trailer, but it's enough to show off his iconic look. So Shao Kahn is here, which means that Earthrealm is in big trouble. But then, she ends up getting sucked into the vortex and brought into the Mortal Kombat universe, which I think is a great origin story for her. And it makes sense considering this is a character that comes from the comics and isn't very well known. So they need to explain who she is and where she comes from. Which is strange because normally studios will put out a release date in the description of the trailer. They're probably not ready to announce a release date yet, but according to James Wan, the plan is still to release this in January of 2025. However, don't have a specific date just yet. So the first thing I want to address is the fact that this is actually the second trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, because there was an announcement trailer, released last year with the logo of the film, and then nothing really happened until today. Now Havoc is one of the newer characters in Mortal Kombat. He was introduced in Mortal Kombat 11, and if you're not familiar with him, he's basically a low-level Adinian servant who was banished from Adenia after he failed his test to ascend to godhood. But while in exile, he ended up making a deal with Shinnok, who gave him powers to enact his revenge on the Elder Gods. In the film, looks like they're keeping it more ambiguous as to what side he's on. Which makes sense because this character is relatively new, so they might be building him up to become a bigger part of the storyline in the future. So now we have the official first trailer. Now, if you look at the YouTube description in this trailer, we have two brand new characters being introduced. Danny Ramirez as Havoc. The majority of the film is set at the Colosseum, and we see Liu Kang as the protector of Earthrealm standing in front of the Elder Gods. We then see some footage of Cole Young and his family. We also see Raiden in this trailer, but he's not shown in his true form. Instead, he appears as a human. But then the biggest shocker in the trailer is when we finally see the reveal of the main villain of the film, which is Shao Kahn. Now, one of the coolest things about this trailer is that it's introducing a lot of new characters. If you haven't seen my previous video, breaking down the announcement trailer that came out last year, and if you want to watch the trailer again without the commentary, so you can take in the footage a little bit more,